Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another rant video. It's been a while. I may have had some personal issues going on, but I am well. I am well right now, and I'll continue moving forward, doing rant videos, and I wish to. Oh, I don't want to disappoint you guys. I want to do the best I can to impress you and do as much content as possible, and always be there, willing to put as much effort into doing videos. Again, moving forward, let's talk about this situation here. This kid, this is beyond, I can't really say it's beyond belief because I'm pretty sure I've been talking about in the past how I've talked about clout chasers and they just keep getting on people's nerves. This one will get on your nerves by a long shot, by a lot. Let me explain why. Because I'm pretty sure this is kind of an old video, like a year or two, where this kid he disrespects an entire cemetery by reading the people's names. Oh, he's dead, she's dead, and then walking on people's tombstones. I think what makes it, this is why I also want to bring this up, is you can't just simply blame the person in the video. You also blame the person recording it at times, depending. Because I don't even know what really, because this is what makes the situation so confusing. You don't entirely know their motive, the person recording, because where they're incriminating themselves, plus they're laughing about it like it's a joke. Oh goddamn boy, you wildin'. Like this kid's a clown. And I want to be nice. I don't want to be willing to show his face. Good thing I don't know his name, but because this is not so. I personally, this is worse than destroying a Walmart, in my opinion. Because especially if you're outside and you see people you have people that are trying to look at their family members or their friends' graveyards. They're trying to pray and hope they eventually they be able to succeed. That they feel how they feel about them, and that they wish them good luck. Yeah, but you have people like who are trying to simply come to the cemetery for a peace, trying to commemorate their family members, their friends, trying to help and prove that how much they really deeply truly care about the person. But then you have people like this kid who don't really care at all. And it's funny because I hope, like, I'm not saying I hope, trust me, in the future, if he passes away, and I'm not gonna say this should happen. I'm not saying he should end up offing himself. But imagine if he passed away, you'll have people doing the same thing to him, who is possibly another clout chaser, or who might recognize him, on top of wanting to get revenge. Because it's funny, because like if you're gonna disrespect someone else, if you're gonna disrespect someone else's cemetery, you can disrespect someone else's tombstone, you're gonna disrespect the dead, then most likely someone's gonna do the same to you. It's gonna apply to you as well, especially when you're not around. Because and it would not surprise me, and I'm just simply giving my thoughts, my opinions on this. Give me a moment. Again, if this kid were to get karma, because you don't know what goes down in the cemetery. People just want to live their life, be at peace. Because if he did this with the approach, did this with when there are people around, there might be some very serious people out there. Because, for example, I'd probably bring up the mafia. They have a lot of dead people who they care about, truly deeply care about, especially that it involves business. Imagine you disrespect someone who is very important in their group. Odds are they're gonna pull out their weapons, pull out guns, and they're gonna end up shooting you. And it may seem like I'm exaggerating, but that's how I look at it, because this kid is not really thinking. That's what I'm saying. People think too much about Clout to the point where they lack common sense. And hopefully, maybe he will learn from this. I don't know, but I don't know if there had been any repercussions ever since he posted this video, because I'm pretty sure a lot of the cases there is. You just don't hear about it, maybe, especially if it involves like law enforcement or professionals, or maybe the owners end up suing the kid's family or whatever, or the other adults who are doing this kind of scrutiny. But again, I feel like if he needs to learn his lesson, then there needs to be some way this kid can actually learn from this. Because odds are, if he doesn't, if he thinks the fact that he thinks is okay, he has his friend enabling him, like egging him, then the chances are he's gonna do this again, in my opinion. But it's really pathetic, honestly, just for clout. And again, I talked about this a lot. Clout is it's pretty much a drug. People will do anything just to get views. They'll try too hard. While although at the same time, I could try to do something ridiculous. But I don't go this far. I don't go beyond belief because I'm trying to keep my channel cool. I'm trying to keep it real because that's what it comes when I make videos. Because this kid does not deserve a pass, whether young or not. Like, for sure, he will have to face consequences. Imagine if he was older. For sure, people would be tracking him down, but they're gonna say, they would probably rather confront the kid's parents and let them know that he's doing this. He's been disrespecting other people's graveyards, laughing, taking it like it's a joke. So maybe the perfect solution would be to confront his parents. But you don't, because I don't want to sound stereotypical. Sometimes you have these parents that raise these kids to be this way. Because they kind of like enable this behavior too. Because the family members encourage it simply because they spoil their kids, or they share the same negative thoughts that the kid might possibly learn. Especially when I mean like learns that eventually they start to process it. They feel because they want to act upon it simply because of how their parents treat them or the way their parents act towards other people. So in a way, they're imitating. They mimic what their family members do because they feel those are the people that are closest that they can learn in the best way in how they try to communicate and try to adapt with the real world. But in the real world, if you disrespect the wrong people, like this kid's doing right now, odds are someone might pull up. They might even have a weapon. And I'm not indulging on it. I'm not encouraging it. Again, there needs to be some serious repercussions because I obviously have family members that that are in the cemetery and that have passed. But because I imagine if this kid was doing that to my family members, there wouldn't be any conversation. There wouldn't be no reasoning whatsoever. I wouldn't even try to reason with him because he's gonna say he's just gonna come up with a shitty excuse. He's just gonna run his mouth. He's gonna try to be bold, like as if he isn't fazed by any of this. Like he's gonna have no shame, and that's where I'm gonna be able to that's where I come in and put him in his place. Because whether you are young doesn't matter. Like it's like just because someone's a kid or a teenager that you just let them off the hook. They get a pass. Sometimes there are times you have to be aggressive. You have to be very serious because there are things that you do not cross. Because I guarantee you this kid will not learn, especially when I was talking about the friend and stuff, like, and I hate to say it, there are kids who are like who are influenced by their possibly their family members. I don't know that most of the time is the case, but a lot of times when they hang with the wrong crowd, I don't know how many people were there. It could have been just one guy, maybe whoever told him. Even if someone tells you to do it, that's the one thing I was like. This is where you have to put yourself in your shoes. Put yourself in someone else's shoes. Why would you do something that someone tells you to do? Why would you listen to somebody else? Even if the camera person, whether I don't know if I'm not saying he did, but the chances are maybe he told him to. Even well, why would you do something that someone tells you to do when it's your choice, when you have control of your life, just to please them, just to impress them. I think because at the end of the day, you pretty much should try to focus on yourself. I wouldn't care too much about people around me, whether I want to make friends. Maybe this kid's doing it because he wants people to look up to him and say, "Oh, you're a cool kid," and that's what I have. This is what I also have to bring up. So a lot of these kids, they'll do whatever it takes just for other kids to look up to them or to fit in with the wrong crowd, because that's the only way they can attract more people. They can attract more friends, they get more fans, whatever. And they feel by doing these negative, these ridiculous type of actions will result to them being at a bigger, like bigger, will give them a bigger image, so people can respond, they can get their, like, share their opinions, but they would rather hear from them whether they're badass or cool. And I would suggest, and it would be nice for kids who actually watch this video and like do not indulge in it, because odds are it may not even be law enforcement. It may be someone who's willing to actually take you out, whether it's an adult or someone your age, because there are people who just, there's a time and place where you can't go disrespecting other people. And that definitely includes a cemetery. Because when it comes to cemetery, it's kind of like going to side of a church. You want people being respectful. You want people being ignorant, rude, loud, obnoxious. And because it is never the time of day, the time of night to go around in the wrong area, the wrong place, especially what is supposed to be called a safe haven, a peaceful area where people can just simply calm down, can simply be relieved. They can put their emotions keep their emotions in check, just stay relaxed, and just be able to at least wish their families, their passing friends goodwill. And that's what something that a lot of kids like him don't realize. Whether it's a kid, adult, if whoever is into Clout should 100% avoid this, because you don't know who you don't know how other people react. You don't know if, especially if, I'm so very surprised there weren't anybody close by. Because if he did this to the wrong person, just imagine how the kind of reaction that person would have, if, especially depending what kind the time of day, like the bad days they've had, or the struggles, the pressure, the stress, the anxiety, all coming into place, and then this will take the cake. This tops it off, and then this will be enough for that person to go after the kid, either chase him out or do whatever he can to either want to dispose the kid or embarrass him until he feels satisfied, whether it's he or she. People will will not hesitate to do that again, because it's very important. You keep that attitude, you keep that obnoxious behavior, disrespectful behavior somewhere else. Because when it comes to churches and cemeteries, I said in this video, those are the places where you do not want to respond in that type of area. That's not how you want to react in that situation. You don't want to react in that area, because it's always going to end up terrible for you, and someone else will be there to pull up, and they're going to confront you where you possibly, or you will feel like you will be traumatized, where you will be sure that if this happens again, they're not going to take it easy, and this kid should not take it easy again. He should suffer the consequences, and I'm sure more will come to this, considering all the situation. Pretty sure something's already happened, but again, it all comes down to karma. But like I said before, you should never do this in the wrong place at the wrong time. Doesn't matter, not even the wrong time. Never, any time in the day or night, even midnight. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to check your notifications and look for new upcoming content in the future. Comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.